We are now going to do a front end flange and shaft change for the dynamic BMSY motor series. With this series, you have to have the front end with the shaft needed. So in other words, the flange, we're going from a 2-bolt 1-inch keyed shaft to a magneto 1.25 inch. This is a casted piece, so it's not as simple as removing the flange. You do have to have the shaft and the flange needed. Also in this series, motors that are interchangeable, if you're in the field, 80 cc's to 125 cc's on your displacement are interchangeable. 160 to 475 cc's are also interchangeable. So you cannot change an 80 cc motor front end from a 475 front end. You have to have, because of the distance between the dog bone and some segments inside of here, which will be a later video. This is simply a flange change. For any flange change, there's a 4-bolt offered, there's a 2-bolt, and there's a magneto offered. But in some cases you may want to just change your shaft, so therefore we can go from a 2-bolt 1/4 to a 2-bolt 1-inch, but again it has to be this one casted piece.
Sometimes your Teflon seal right here will come loose. You got to make sure you put it back in place right here.
This is the 2-bolt 1.25 inch going from the 1.25 inch magneto. It's taking the O-ring from the previous front end to the new front end. We do keep parts here at Dynamic Fluid Components for the BMSY front end changes if needed.
These are torqued at 60 foot-pounds.
So the bolt holding the unit together back here is at 60 foot-pounds.
And there's no need to check rotation or anything like that, as long as this whole section stays together.
So keeping the body section which is why you see the motor kept in a vise vertically, kept the unit together. It allowed space for him to work his front end, and the back bolts were cleared. This section, if it's not removed or finagled in any way, you don't have to worry about a timing change. If you wanted to correctly check that just because you weren't sure, again, it's the same method. The A cap or the A port being here, you could rotate the flange clockwise. It would suck in the oil in the body, or push it out. If it pushed it out, rotation would be wrong, turning the shaft clockwise. That is a flange change for the dynamic BMSY motor line. He went from a 2-bolt SAE mount to a magneto mount, which also incorporates the 2-bolt, but most time folks likes the magneto section. So we sometimes utilize this with both methods. You can use it for a 2-bolt A, but he went from a 1-inch keyed shaft to an 1.25 inch now.